kind of uses all the tools. It's why he's considered one of the best Robs. But yeah, Epic Gabriel definitely leaning towards that. I'm going to fish for combos, and I am going to blow you up. So let's see if he is able to do that in a battle of some amount of Battle of the Robots, I guess.
You know, there is the Mecha Koopa, so...
Yeah, there you go. Well, this is overpowered. That's 2 robots in one place.
Exactly.
Don't let him grab that.
Yeah, and one of the most... So, like, back on Epic Gabriel, like, one of the most impressive things about his combo game, it's not even about, like, the true combo. Like, I'm more think so of, like, Anathema when I'm thinking about, like, the true combo insane tech stuff. No, what Gabe does is that he's good at, like, reading jumps, catching defensive options, and just staying on top of you, making Rob seem like a freaking Mach 6 robot as he flies through the air.
Yeah, he definitely wants to stay on top of you. He's a pretty aggressive Rob, all things considered. Says, look, I've got very powerful tools, and I want you to figure out how to deal with them. That's not my job. My job is to press the buttons.
Indeed, and you can see even with that tech chase there. But, you know, Yoda Cage in his own right, somewhat insane with the Bowser Jr., almost kind of putting the whole nation of Bowser Jr. on his back with this Morton. But he had an insane upset just today over Apollo Kage, so you know he's probably playing on top of his game. But Epic Gabriel coming out with the first stock.
Yeah, it's really tough. A lot of times, I think that one of the big things that the Koopalings really want to do is control the ground game, right? You've got the Clown Car, you've got the Mecha Koopas, you've got so many ways to force your opponent to respect all of that space, but Rob has Gyro, and Gyro is just kind of the trump card for almost anybody that wants to control the ground game because you can't use your burst movement, the Mecha Koopa gets stuffed out, you really have no options to deal with that Gyro unless you get it out of the way in the first place, and even when you do that, Gabe can do this, take to the skies.
Yeah, he takes to the skies, and then he has a laser for good measure, you know? A full screen beam that can cover the ground or the air, depending on how he angles it.
That doesn't mean Yoda Cage isn't going to try to fight back. These jabs are easily going to get shielded. That's going to be a down throw, but for those up tilts, a little bit greedy, and Yoda Cage mixing up that mash, so not going to get shot out of it. Going all the way under the stage to go to the ledge. Catching the gyro as well, but you got to guess right and does so. Epic Gabriel, lather, rinse, repeat, though, and the shampoo is applied, but you are still alive.
Yes, indeed. And so that's actually an interesting interaction. And
Why?
Another throw, but this time we're just going for the up throw as no confirm needed, just the kill throw right on the top battlefield platform. But as I was kind of getting into, so Rob down throw, very interesting. Depending on like your berry animation, Rob can like either immediately get an up tilt or he'll have to kind of like do some shimmying. And it seems like Bowser Jr. falls to the camp of where if he stays completely still, you can't get the immediate up tilt. So it's going to cause a little bit more than a 50-50, but some kind of mix-up whenever Gabe goes for the down throw.
Standing completely still, though, in the midst of the game has been a bit of a problem, though, because Yoda Cage has not been on the defensive. It's partially because Epic Gabriel is such an aggressive Rob that he hasn't really had any chance to get his feet solid under him, or the Clown Cart, I guess. He's not really ever getting his feet solid under him. But, you know, Yoda Cage hasn't really had a lot of ground to stand on. Finally gets that back air to take his first stock, but even that was just in the midst of fighting out of disadvantage. It happened to send Epic Gabriel to the blast zone. We haven't seen Yoda Cage get to play his game, apply his style of pressure. Does finally get an opportunity here, though, starting up a juggle with those up airs.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the one stock he did take was kind of like a hollow victory, like you mentioned. But, yeah, it's crazy because Bowser Jr. does have it in a big combo game. But speaking of, he kind of just got 2v1 there as that gyro putting in the assist there.
Aegis Reflector trumps all.
Yeah.
And look at that. He tried to go out with that Clown Cart and then immediately bonks into the gyro. Flat tire spin out. You're gone.
Yeah. And it has to be so annoying for Yoda Cage to kind of get through, whether it be laser, gyro, or just Rob himself, just impeding his way and not letting him play his game. But Yoda Cage, you know, he's a talented fellow, so I could see him kind of adapting and finding, you know, where his openings can, you know, arrive, and then kind of playing off of that.
He's going to have to find a way to get a bit more aggressive, a bit of a way to get his own openings, right? I think a lot of this has been about trying to just play the game, find ways to get around Epic Gabriel's offensive pressure. Now it's time for Yoda Cage to say, all right, I'm going on the front foot. I'm taking my step forward. I want to figure out where your defensive habits are, how you're approaching the neutral, and where I can get my openings so that we can rack up a lot of big damage. Because you're not going to match Rob's damage output playing any of the Koopalings, but what you can do is win neutral a couple more times, and that, I think, is going to be the key for Yoda Cage.
Yeah, that's a good kind of game plan laid out. But let's see what Yoda Cage actually puts into action. As you see, the mix already starting, and on a mixed tech, Yoda Cage is able to, you know, grab it with the dash attack, but not much damage coming off of that.
Talking about how crazy that laser is. Normally, a lot of projectiles get stuffed out by the Mecha Koopa if you shoot them into it, but unfortunately for Yoda Cage, that laser does not go away when it hits anything. And so he will instead also eat that damage and lose his opportunity at a ledge trap like we saw in that situation. Now he's got to find an opportunity to open up Epic Gabriel as he's going to get ledge trapped himself, and easy combo the gyro into the up smash. Going to find that just about every time on that ledge trap.
Yeah, I mean, name a better duo. Gabe and Gyro, they're looking like Kobe and Shaq out there, as just feeding him the pass, and Gabe slams it home every single time with that up smash.
I wanted to say something about Jeremy freaking Butler, but I watched him brick like 3 free throws last night, and I was like, I don't know if I'm impressed anymore. Also not impressed by that lack of tech by Epic Gabriel, though. Looking a little bit like Jimmy Butler at the free throw line, am I right, Celtics fans?
Quite the brick. Quite the brick there right off the stage, but we're not throwing up any more bricks here as Yoda Cage is sitting at home with that Wrecking Ball combo finisher, but somehow, some way, he ended up taking more damage when the game was off stage.
And again, the power of that laser. And again, that laser losing Yoda Cage the opportunity to get that ledge trap. We've seen a couple of times where through trying to establish that offense, he hasn't been as, I guess, aware of where he needs to be positioned to avoid those projectiles, because he can't just let yourself take that chip over time against R.O.B.
Man, yeah, just like Gabe's movement, I even saw like a little slingshot there with that forward air with such spacing, kind of led to this scenario where the Nair is killing off the top.
That's, again, just like you're saying, lots of great reads on movement and jumps on Epic Gabriel's side, and that is absolutely how he got that stock, knowing that Yoda Cage was going to take that clown cart up high, try to go for some kind of aggressive landing in the center of the stage. Let's see if Yoda Cage gets aggressive here. He does, and again, forfeiting that advantage state to try to get something done immediately. Here come the big combos, but Gabe did not get the Z drop, instead got the air dodge and the catch on it. So once you miss that Z catch opportunity, your combo is absolutely over. Yoda Cage right now taking advantage of it, pushing it to last stock.
Yeah, not only was the combo over, but so was the stock. But we're here at 1 stock left, and I mean, Gabe is still putting on the pressure though, regardless of the club that he did earlier.
All right, toss up from Yoda Cage, though. Not able to get the big extension on the platform. It's really good DI mix-up by Epic Gabriel to make sure that it wasn't something that Yoda Cage could just continue. That means that he's only taken a paltry 32%. Whereas Yoda Cage starting to creep towards those kill percents. Down throw into something like the up smash up air. It's going to happen soon unless he can't get back to stage.
Yeah, Yoda Cage was just annoying there. Lingered in that area, and there goes the jab. But R.O.B not big enough to get enough hits for the jab to KO there. But Yoda Cage is looking pretty good here as the game is now here at these red percents. Either player can come out on top here with the next big hit.
Does such a good job of fighting back, and there's that little bit of armor getting him through that up air tech chase scenario, and Gabe didn't pick it up.
Yeah, didn't react to the missed tech there, but Gabe's gonna get parried, and there goes the up smash. Somehow, some way, Yoda Cage pulls it out, and we go 1-1 here into game 3.
Philly popping off right now, catching that up smash right there on the parry. We've seen a lot of these tied up 1-1 game 3s, Big M, and it has been a treat to watch.
Oh yeah, I have to wholeheartedly agree. I'm loving, so like I said, I'm a lot more familiar with Gabe's game plan, but Yoda Cage is for sure putting back he's putting back a kind of a consistent offense, and I'm liking how this set is kind of playing out. Kimona, what do you think about it?
I'm thinking it's just really tough to call exactly what's going to happen next, because it's not like we're seeing definitive singular answers to any one thing that's happening. I think that in just a couple of moments, people are dropping a couple of their combos or making a little flub and disadvantage that's letting the other player extend it in certain spots. It's not necessarily down to perfect execution and the game plan going just right. Good DI there by Yoda Cage, barely avoiding what could have been an immediately deadly combo by Epic Gabriel.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, but here we are on PS2, so the combos are free-flowing. I mean, Gabe is just kind of in his bag here. But Yoda Cage, you know, as long as he doesn't fold or falter to those combos, he can put up his own offense and kind of win out from there.
Here we go, Yoda Cage landing with that down air. Then a little bit of a taste, a little lick of that R.O.B right there to send him off stage. Yoda Cage continuing this edge guard. One more of those nairs. You saw that that fuel was getting really, really low on R.O.B. If he had hit that last nair, that might have been the stock.
Yeah, I mean, and that's where Yoda Cage has been kind of getting his money, just kind of lingering in, like, Gabe's space with those edge guards. But, oh, the Mecha Koopa actually going to get you out of the landing lag there. I mean, the, hit lag there. So good stuff from Yoda Cage there to kind of cover his own bases.
Yeah, he said, you know what? I'm going to hold this jab. It's either going to hit you or I'm going to get out of here scot-free. I'll take that damage. That's fine.
Yeah, interesting recovery there from Yoda Cage, but Gyro does not care. A nice catch, though, and now Yoda Cage seems to be in the driver's seat. But, wow, the extension is insane.
And that would never have happened if Yoda Cage didn't pick up the gyro. Still was the right play to make, but that was really, really smart by Epic Gabe to say, hey, I can back air what is now your gyro, and that will extend my hitbox. And Yoda Cage did indeed end up jumping right into it, and Epic Gabriel starting to get some big damage built up once again.
Yeah, that's what happens when they play the Uno reverse card and you play one right back on top of it. Gabe continuing to just roll
the
it
back and
up.
forth. Here's looking at you, kid.
Yeah.
Here's a reverse. Yeah, have some fun.
Oh, man, there goes the falling down air, but Yoda Cage needs to find the stock here as Gabe is just slowly racking up percents, and you don't want him to kind of continue that because he will find the kill confirm. But that up smash, you know, understated but very strong.
Yeah, no need for any confirms right now. A couple of times Yoda Cage has done a great job of just sniping out these landings from Epic Gabriel, not giving him a chance to just spam those really safe aerials because that up smash has been there to punish, but gonna need a bit more than just an up smash to make this one back. Nice fastball there at the very end to grab the ledge, but even better by Epic Gabriel saying, you have gotten off of that ledge immediately too many times, so I'm just tossing out these onion rings and tossing you off.
Yeah, that is one of the X Factor moves. You know, just the arm rotor is always insane, and it's a very good way to close out the stock. But Yoda Cage is getting a good advantage state here. Actually sends him right into the Mecha Kubo. Wait, this is he's kind of cooking.
Really cooking right now. 110, where Epic Gabriel just had a full stock lead. That has evaporated into the air. We are playing a dead even game in this game 3.
Yeah, you mentioned onion rings earlier. Epic Gabe kind of got fried there on that stock, and it's only continuing to rack it up there. The drill dropping, but Yoda Cage does not care.
I mean, 78%, he absolutely has the momentum and the confidence. So he is playing at 100% capacity right now. 91% built up on Epic Gabe, who has yet to get a real solid opener on Yoda Cage. Just that laser for the chip damage. He has that gyro in hand, so you have to be mindful. But Yoda Cage, he is not playing scared of it. Right now, he is looking good.
Yeah, like who does that? That turnaround jab was the perfect punish in that scenario. And has even the Mecha Koopa in hand to try to get rid of the lag there. But the gyro coming in clutch, this time being a defender like... okay, actually, I feel bad. I didn't have a defender off the top of my head, but we'll keep it going. And there goes the wrecking ball forward air. And Yoda Cage finds himself up 2-1.
Going from Gibraltar playing defender immediately into the Mad Magic with the wrecking ball right there. Yoda Cage absolutely picking it up at the end of that game, too, because that started off pretty Epic Gabe favored, but then, boy, Yoda Cage just got that 1-0 to death. At least I think it was a 0 to death. If it wasn't, it sure as hell felt like it. And then he just carried that until the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, had Gabe searching there. Didn't really find any meaningful hits on the way, for sure, on that last stock. It's just a tough one for Gabe there, but I don't know. I'm interested to see if he's going to be able to crack the cage that is the Yoda.
If Tri-State was here, they'd be shouting, put him in the cage right now. Because, man, right now, Yoda Cage has been doing just that. After that game 1 was so dominant from Epic Gabriel, who would have thought that we'd end up right here? But Yoda Cage, man, that advantage state has been rocking and rolling so far. Epic Gabriel has been reeling from that.
Oh, yeah, but we are getting kind of fancy with the gyro there. You see Epic Gabe just trying to get himself back into the flow state, right? You got to hit some of those little fancy moves to kind of put yourself back in it, feel the controller a little bit better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a close one, but ended up getting him with the afterburners there. That back air going to seal out that stock.
Yeah, I was actually kind of afraid that Yoda Cage would have extended his hitbox or his hurtbox with that nair, or with the wand hit. It's technically all the aerials at once, but regardless of that, thought he kind of put himself in a bad position. Not the way he ended up losing the stock, though, and now Epic Gabriel not losing the stock in any fashion. Yoda Cage has thrown out 3 kill moves and technically connected them, but none of them have actually finished.
Yeah.
All right, Yoda Cage landing down with that down air, putting Epic Gabriel back into the corner, and finally chasing him back up there. I love using that side B, that cart to stall mid-air, and then able to just kind of hover there a la Peach, and then just toss out that back air.
Yeah, it feels like Gabe kind of gets uncomfortable when he's like flying up into the sky, and all of a sudden there's a Morton there. You're like, you're supposed to be grounded. Leave me alone.
It's like the fastball special. It's like, yeah, you're not supposed to be up here. Who threw you?
Yeah, exactly.
I know right there, pretty safe with that Mecha Koopa approaching Epic Gabe. Maneuvering around it, though, starts off this juggle.
That was a chance time moment if I've ever seen one.
Chance time!
Luckily, not high enough percent for it to KO. Yoda Cage, though, still sitting pretty. If they're able to get a good advantage state here, can kind of rob the stock from right under Gabe's feet.
Pun not intended, but we're going to intend it right here. That stock absolutely got robbed by Epic Gabriel, tossing out that back air as one does. El Diablo strikes again, no matter what you call it. And he has been utilizing, like you said, specific tools in Rob's arsenal to be able to do the job that he needs. And that is take those stocks. Yoda Cage sitting on his last one of this game.
Yeah, and Gabe's just kind of getting solid stuff. He hasn't gotten any crazy explosive plays so far, but that's really, you don't need that. You just need to get yourself back into the game and not get hit by stuff like that. A nice air dodge read on Yoda Cage's part.
And crowd popping off for him too. I mean, that was a great read on his part, right? Just kind of threatening Epic Gabriel, waiting for that air dodge, and then immediately punishing it after with that wand. Strong move as it is, able to take that stock. Epic Gabriel does have some momentum working on this last stock. Could be his game to win. We could be seeing a game 5.
Yeah, charging up the gyro there. Almost had the assist combo there, but the Mecha Koopa actually stops Gabe in his tracks. I mean, this is one of the things I have to praise Yoda Cage on. He's for sure slowed down Gabe just a little bit here, and he's using that time that he has to bring back the offense in his direction.
Armor coming through for him too, avoiding that up air as we've seen a couple of times.
Oh, wow.
Just drifting away from the Rob. Wants nothing to do with that because you are a much lighter character out of that clown cart than you are in it. Knocking that gyro away. Oh.
Yeah, I will say that it was probably a missed opportunity on Gabe, but he's finding more hits here and getting an advantage with that dare. Really, the next big hit can't take it. That gyro on ledge is such a deadly ledge trap, though.
We're sitting at 173. It doesn't even need to be a big hit from Epic Gabriel. Gonna eat this jab. Lots of punches, setting it back up at the ledge. It's a powerful move. Yoda Cage just kind of waiting for that landing. Sour Nair is not going to be enough to take it, but it does send Yoda Cage reeling off to the side.
Yeah, Gabe trying to just create more space, but that's exactly what Yoda Cage wants. But he goes high, Gabe ducks low, and finds the down air there, but it's a soft hit, not going to send him to the skies yet. Ooh. Oh, but the combo is just off, and the angle is missed. Oh, the tech roll in, but there goes a falling there for Gabe to find a game 5.
Goodness, this crowd is starting to get electric for this game. It's the only one up on the screen right now, and they are starting to get invested into it. Great comeback win there by Yoda Cage, able to halt that rolling momentum from Yoda Cage that looked like it might just bowl him over and send him into the loser's bracket. But now we're looking at a game 5 to make it into winner's quarters.
Yeah. I see a pocket of Philly sitting up there on the high rise, cheering on their boy as they want him to make not just one upset that he already upset Apollo Kake. They want him to go all the way here, beating Epic Gabriel. It will be such a huge win, another notch on his belt in his Gateway Legends run. But Gabe is not one to falter as he's going here on small battlefield. This epic set will come to a head here.
We've heard many cheers echo throughout Valley Sports Live today, but none have been quite as intense as we have seen in this set. Like you said, lots of Philly wants to see Yoda Cage get things going right here. As we start off this game in number 5 on small battlefield. Epic Gabriel getting off to the early start with a percentage lead, but again, Yoda Cage has not been shy to make up those damage percentages pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, and so far, so good for Gabe as he's starting to get value off of the gyro. Chance time, it's up and over, but honestly, I think even with good EI there, you're dying because this is small battlefield, baby. You got lower blast zones and all that.
Yeah, caught that jump, caught him up in the air pretty high up. Epic Gabriel going to be able to stay alive. I thought he might get caught by that abandoned ship into the wand hit. Definitely could have sent Rob all the way hurtling into the blast zone, but instead, holding on and really taking his time out here in the corner. Just does not want to let Yoda Cage get tons of momentum started. And in fact, Epic Gabriel's got plenty of his own.
Yes, and the gyro is on the floor in his hands. It's been getting so much more value, and we hadn't seen those in the games that Yoda Cage was taking. He was able to kind of just stuff out gyro or ignore it completely. But right now, right here, Gabe is just coming up all green in all of his offense.
Even the defense right there, too. Yoda Cage was looking for a jump out of shield, but instead got a roll from Epic Gabriel, so that actually let him maneuver around that up smash. Rob actually has a really long roll, so let him get all the way behind that Mecha Koopa, or rather the Koopa League in that cart. No Mecha Koopas to be seen right now because Yoda Cage doesn't even have the time to set them up. Epic Gabriel's been all over him. The sour spot fair into the up smash, though. Come to a tournament, you're going to see something you never seen before. Yeah.
That was wild, but there just goes El Diablo. The timing is just such a demon. It's the name, and it's very spicy.
We are on last stock for Yoda Cage right here, trying to stay alive in the winner's bracket, but Epic Gabriel putting up a heck of a fight right here in this game 5. He's going to let Yoda Cage get this corner pressure started. That Mecha Koopa bounces off stage. Don't know whether or not that was on purpose, but it does not help him apply any additional pressure right here, whereas Epic Gabriel's getting some of his own started, missing his gyro combos.
Yeah, and Yoda Cage was actually able to catch it in between, but this is something that I wanted to see from Gabe more. So when Yoda Cage commits to those up Bs, it's a commitment. He has to start being able to kind of tack on damage to that Koopa when he's out of his car, because he only has that one move to kind of swing back. But, you know, Yoda Cage has been doing really good to kind of avoid those situations, but Gabe is starting to ramp up the offense, so they're becoming a lot more available to him.
Nice little grab right here to set up again another sequence of corner pressure. Yoda Cage starting to tighten the screws right now, but is it going to be enough with Epic Gabriel continuing to apply the pressure right now? A grab might be able to set up for it. He's trying to set up into that spinning gyro. Like you said, those 2v1 combos seem so unfair sometimes.
Yeah, I just don't know. The setup was just really good, but this could be it here with that down throw. Oh, the air dodge is clutch there. There goes that mix-up that I was talking about, where Yoda Cage is not going to get hit while stuck in the berry animation. Was able to squeeze it out, and there goes a falling nair, a spinning fist of justice, as Yoda Cage has his last throws here in this game 5.
And sitting at 148, so many moves that Epic Gabe can just toss out to finish it, and it will be the back air. You didn't see or hear Philly popping off when Yoda Cage took that stock, because he kind of felt right. Epic Gabe's been playing so well this game 5. He just needs one more, and he does eventually.